Is anyone doing the annotation? Please stop doing that. Jason, are you going to be able to find out? Hi everyone, thank you for joining the CSEC 2020 annual convention. We are almost starting. Please bear with us for a few minutes. Meanwhile, you can watch this online convention either on Zoom or from YouTube Live, or you can also see the other QR code, which is our WeChat channel. Feel free to follow us on WeChat. We will upload this video of the entire convention to our YouTube Live channel, and we will also, I know a lot of you are here for the interview with Director Ang Lee, so we're going to have an extended version of the interview. It will be uploaded to the YouTube. We have seen a lot of new and old friends of CSEC here. Thank you for your continued support. Xing, please let me know when Fengchen is in and we are ready to move forward. For now, I will play a trailer of this convention so that we can Thank you everyone for the wait. We'll be waiting for our last part of the puzzle to come into the online convention, and the latest we'll start will be 3:10, so in 2 minutes. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for patience. I was told that stop and start sharing again can remove the annotation. Let's see if that. Yeah.
CSAC has presented achievement awards to recognize the individuals who have made significant contributions to engineering.
vision of CSAC in 2021 with you. Please watch.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 58th CSAC Annual Convention. This is the first time ever we hold a convention on virtual platform since founded 1962. This year, we choose Science Meets Art as the theme. Through months' preparation, today we'd like to bring you two futuristic topics. The future of Hollywood, featuring 2 times Oscar Best Director, one of the most successful Chinese American, Ann Lee. And Making Dream Come True. Scientists and leaders from NASA and Virgin Orbit will make keynote speech on space travel. Now, I'd like you first listen from our CSAC volunteers. Yes, pandemic changed everything we originally planned. However, by hardworking, dedication, CSAC has thrived with enhanced social media reach, expanded scholarship, bigger STEM contest, and more technical events. Let's hear their voice.
The Tech Salon program features in-depth exchange of ideas among 20 to 30 senior and young professionals, scholars, and entrepreneurs. Past events include topics like artificial intelligence, finance, and environmental science. We hosted 3 sessions over the past year. Last July, CSAC partnered with Sapa and Sandra to host the Biotech and AI-themed Tech Salon in Irvine. Last December, we hosted Future Transportation Tech Salon at Idea Lab in Pasadena, featuring guest speakers from governmental officials, researchers, to cooperation management teams. This April, we invited distinguished financial professionals and presented CSAC's first online event, featuring the topic of financial trend under COVID-19. If you're interested in joining our program or even hosting the salon of your own topic, please contact us at info@csac.org.
Last year, CSAC had a joyful Christmas party in the Next-Gen estate, and I organized the volunteers and art performers. Over 80 participants in the field of science, technology, and art came to this high-end mix-up. We enjoyed a beautiful performance of Chinese folk music. We had a happy lottery in which everyone got their Christmas gift. It was an unforgettable Christmas gathering.
The 58th CSAC Annual Convention was originally scheduled mid-April at Intercontinental LA downtown. Since last September, we visited 15 hotels and finally decided our convention venue. Choosing the tallest building in West Coast shows our spirit to pursue excellence and make CSAC the best. The pandemic has changed everything since February. Fortunately, our CSAC executive team responded immediately and took a series of decisive actions, turning the crisis into opportunity. We are one of the first organizations to host events online since early April. Now, with months of preparation, we bring you one of the most informative online experience, the 58th CSAC Annual Convention.
I'm Jiafan. Here I'd like to share the recent development of our web management and social media. Due to the rapid spread of coronavirus, many of our activities, including annual convention, could not be held as scheduled. So we responded quickly and started new club mode to organize our event. Everyone can join online and stay safe at home. On the basis of existing website, we make effort on improving the interactivity, making it more user-friendly. For example, students can submit scholarship application here. People can sign up for membership and do renewal periodically. In addition, we use the WeChat official account to promote our event and keep our members updated. If you like watching video on YouTube, you can also subscribe us. Then you will find our sharings regarding business symposium and technical seminar.
Hi, welcome to the CSAC Annual Convention. This is Kenny Wang. I am the chairman of Achievement Award Selection Committee. This year, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we decided to cancel the nomination of the Achievement Award for the first time. Over the past 51 years, our Achievement Award recipients include Nobel laureate and many distinguished professionals. For example, the award to Dr. Zhengdao Li, Li Zhendao, Dr. Harry Li, Li Changyu, Dr. David Ho, He Dayi, and so on. Last year, the CSAC Lifetime Achievement Award went to Dr. Kater Zheng Xianzhang 博士. He is the chairman and CEO of Little Dragon Foundation. We hope we can continue the award nomination in 2021. Please stay tuned and follow us for a news update.
Hello, my name is Bruce Liu. I'm the chair of CSAC Business Forum on June 20th. The focus of this event is on entrepreneurship and business new trend under COVID-19. We had 3 outstanding speakers. Dr. Guanxi Yi, founding partner of Lumina International. Dr. Fangfang Zhu, vice president of WI Harper Group, and Ms. Hila Qu, director of growth at Gate Labs. If you are interested in their talks, please feel free to contact me. I can share their PPT files. You can also watch the video on CSAC YouTube channel. Thank you.
My name is Xudong Ji. I'm so honored to report to you the CSAC Technical Symposium we did on July 11, 2020. We were so pleased to have 2 well-known speakers, Mr. Danny Wu and Professor Zhuofeng Zhang, talking about COVID-19 pandemic and its impacts. In conclusion, the Technical Symposium was a successful event, providing insightful information about COVID-19 and its impacts on our life.
Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics education puts an emphasis on preparing future generations to be successful in their careers. As the CSAC STEAM judges, Dr. Jonathan Jiang and I have to provide leadership and mentorship to all CSAC members, their family, and friends. Our STEAM-based outreach activities teach students modern science and mathematics concepts. The focus on providing learning real-world examples and applications helps preparing students who move into society, industry, and academics with valuable skill sets that allow them to be successful.
As the board chair, my primary role is to ensure a smooth transition of CSAC leadership. We completed the 2020 board election in February and had the online board installation on June 20th. I want to thank the CSAC board and the executive committee members, especially President Ping Zhou, for their hard work, dedication, and creativity in this special time. I want to thank many individuals, business, and nonprofit organizations, and our sister organization for their sponsorship. Thank you, CSAC members and friends, and best wishes to CSAC for another productive and successful year.
Dear CSAC members and friends, my name is Charlie Lu. I'm humbled and honored to serve as CSAC President of 2020-2021. COVID-19 pandemic and the escalating international political tension created a strong headwind to Chinese Americans on business and career. Many of us had to cut back our ambitious dreams or suffered from unexpected difficulties, even unfair treatment. The priority for CSAC in the coming year is to collaborate broadly with community organizations to survive and thrive in these unprecedented challenges. On behalf of CSAC executive team, I welcome generous sponsors, diligent volunteers, and visionary collaborators to work together to create the very needed, meaningful, and positive impact to our community at this critical moment. Spring will come no matter how thick the winter is. I'm sure our life and career will be back on track very soon. Our journey of American dream will continue to stride. I'm looking forward to seeing you face to face in CSAC local events to learn your success story. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Thanks to CSAC executive team for their dedication for the past years. And we wish CSAC and everybody attending the convention today a great and successful 2021. Chen-Xi, we know CSAC gives out scholarship to Chinese American students every year. Can you please tell me what's new this year?
I think it's better to have Dr. Yu Gu, the chair of the CSAC Scholarship Committee, to tell us about it. We've also invited past scholarship winners, Professor Evelyn Wang, Department Head of Mechanical Engineering at MIT, and Professor Linda Liao, Chair of Department of Neurosurgery at UCLA, to share a few words with the CSAC Scholarship awardees this year. Please watch.
The CSAC Scholarship Program is aimed to encourage young students to develop interests and pursue their careers in the fields of science, engineering, and technology. Each year, this program offers up to 10 scholarships to outstanding students in colleges or universities. This year, we'll also collaborate with Lisa Lu Foundation to offer 3 scholarships to students majoring in literature and arts. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic this year, we have got a large number of outstanding applicants. After the careful review by 7 scholarship committee members, 10 CSAC scholarship and 3 Lisa Lu scholarship winners have been selected. Each winner is offered $1,000. I would like to thank the scholarship sponsors for their long-term support and the committee members for their tremendous time and efforts.
Hi everyone, congratulations to all of the award and scholarship winners this year. It's been a privilege for me to be a part of the Chinese American Engineers and Scientists Association of Southern California for many years. As I've been paving my own path in academia through my research in the development of sustainable energy and water technologies, and through my administrative role as department head at MIT, my goal is to help make the world a better place. I hope that many of you will be joining me on this journey as you pursue your careers and paths as Chinese American leaders of the future. Congratulations again.
CSAC awardees, and congratulations. I am so proud of all of you. I've read your bios and it's just phenomenal, all the wonderful things and accomplishments that you all have shown to date. And if you were to ask me what my goal in life is, well, there are 2 main things. One is to cure brain cancer. I'd love to do that someday. The second is to really inspire and train the next generation of physician scientists, of people that can take scientific discoveries and create new treatments for patients. Congratulations.
Xing, did you start sharing the video? Because in that case, I will have double video here. It doesn't work for me.
Hello, I stopped the video.
Okay, I think that works better because otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah, so what we have seen is really inspiring. We wish every past and current awardees of the CSAC Scholarship a bright future and a fun and exciting experience in pursuit of their dreams. Now, Fengchen, I know the next speaker means a lot to you. Can you tell us a few things about her?
Yes, of course. The next speaker will be Lisa Lu Yan, a Chinese-born American actress and singer, and one of the pioneers who shared Chinese culture in Hollywood. She considered to be one of the few influential female Chinese American movie stars in Hollywood who gained international recognition. Chen Xi, you must have seen a lot of her movies, right? Chen Xi, can you hear me?
Yeah, she played a lot of memorable character in movies such as The Joy Luck Club, 喜福会, The Last Emperor, 末代皇帝, Lost Caution, 色戒, and Crazy Rich Asian, 摘金奇缘.
Yeah, she always trying to bring depth, complexity, and intelligence to those performances in allowing them to rise above Hollywood production Asian character stereotypes. She won the Golden Horse Awards 3 times in the 1970s for Best Leading Actress in Dong Furen and 倾国倾城, and was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award at Asian World Film Festival in 2018. I was part of the team making her documentary, Chasing the Light. Although she is 93 years old now, she's always the first to come to the set and work until late at night. She was very humble and graceful to our crew. The Lisa Lu Foundation partnered with CSAC and granted scholarship to 3 students majoring in literature and arts. Please watch.
Introducing Lisa Lu, most beautiful of Hollywood's new Oriental stars, found by the man who produced Sayonara.
You are American, so go back to where the roads are safe.
寿星老佛爷慈禧，
放着好好的日子不过，打仗，打仗，打仗，打仗。He died today.
我们不晓得有谁记得他弄记不得弄。
最后一遍通知，最后一遍通知。
我们要好好的活。
时间到了。
那没什么的，你愿意我可以教你。
那实在太好了。
Dear Chairman Zhou, President Lu, and all my friends at CSAC, it is my great pleasure to attend the 58th CSAC Annual Convention and to meet all of you on a virtual stage. My acquaintance with CSAC dates back years ago. I'm constantly reminded by the professionalism of CSAC and by the contribution it had made over these decades to the Chinese American community. For this reason, I decided to accept a collaboration between the Lisa Lu Foundation and the CSAC. This is the first year that the integration of art and technology have been included as a category. 3 recipients have been selected to receive the Lisa Lu Foundation Scholarship in the area of the filmmaking. It is my sincere belief that with encouragement and support, we will nurture the next generation of outstanding young Chinese American film artists to pursue their dreams and ambitions. I have personally met the three winners via Zoom. The three young ladies impressed me with their enthusiasm, persistence towards excellency, and their technical knowledge and passion for film. Undeniably, we are entering a whole new world of entertainment. Hollywood, like any other industry, is facing an unprecedented challenge from filmmaking, screening, and distribution. A few weeks ago, I was contacted to record a voiceover for an animated feature film. To my surprise and amazement, the entire recording session took place remotely through Zoom. The sound technicians and the head of animations were located in London, and there were other technicians in Canada. And the director and I were here in Southern California. This is the first time for all of us working virtually from the comfort of our own homes. To the director's surprise, he was able to tape my performance and dialogue in one session. The result of the audio taping sounded as if we were all in the same sound studio together. The director had said it was the most pleasant working experience he has had in his 24 years in the entertainment industry. When one door closes, another one opens. Today, the CSAC convention proudly presents The Future of Hollywood, a 30-minute short video produced by the three scholarship winners. Lastly, I want to congratulate the executive team of the 58th CSAC Annual Convention for producing an outstanding virtual experience for all of us to enjoy. I sincerely hope the young Chinese American artists and scientists have embraced and inherit from CSAC the spirit of seeking excellency with unwavering pursuit to obtain their highest accomplishments in the field of arts and sciences. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa, for always bringing the Chinese spirit and expressive characters to the world. Also, we would like to thank you for always being supportive to us young filmmakers and pursuing our dreams with your love. Would you like to give us a speech now? Hi, Lisa. Can you hear me?
She's here. Wait a moment.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome you here.
Can you unmute yourself?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
that works.
good. Welcome.
Well, I'm so happy to be part of this meeting. It's such an honor. And thanks to the tremendous efforts of CSAC executive team, which enabled us to have this event today. Oh, may health, wealth, and love be with you until we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for your kind words. Now, let's invite Dr. Yu Gu, Chair of CSAC Scholarship Committee, to introduce our awardees this year.
Thank you, Chen Xi. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for attending the CSAC's 58th Annual Convention. My name is Yu Gu. I'm the chair of this year's CSAC Scholarship Committee. Next, we will proudly present to you the CSAC Scholarship Award ceremony. Let's congratulate and welcome this year's CSAC Scholarship winners who will briefly introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Xiaozhe Ding. I'm currently a graduate student in bioengineering at Caltech. My thesis work is to engineer a gene delivery vehicle in order to make it larger. The expanded vehicle can carry twice as much therapeutic cargo and may enable the treatment of a number of genetic diseases. It's a great honor for me to get this scholarship. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Heng Dong. I'm a second-year graduate student in Caltech studying environmental science and engineering. And I'm also currently the Chief of Staff of Tsinghua University Alumni Association of Southern California. My research focuses on water sanitation in developing countries and developing world using advanced electrochemical technologies. Thanks.
Hello everyone, my name is Du Lin. I am a PhD student at Asian Languages and Cultures Department at UCLA, studying history of Chinese photography and Chinese realist tradition. It is my great honor to win this CSAC scholarship as a humanities student. Just like science, photography is a pursuit to both truth and beauty. Therefore, I truly value this opportunity to communicate with all the scientists and colleagues present. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Qixin Huang. I am a PhD student from UC San Diego in electrical and computer engineering. My research focuses on developing new oxide material for next generation quantum and computing devices. I am glad to receive this award. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Yan Li. It is a great honor to receive this award. I just graduated this June and currently I'm a postdoctor at University of California, Irvine. My research interests focus on development and translation of multimodal microscopic and endoscopic biomedical imaging technologies. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Yang Cheng. I studied atmospheric science at Peking University and graduated in 2018. After that, I came to Caltech to pursue my PhD degree. My research is focused on planetary atmospheres. I work with Professor Yak Yung on methane on Mars. We want to make contributions to future planetary explorations. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So my name is Bing Wang, and I'm a fourth-year PhD student at UC Davis. I will be joining the UCSD as a postdoctoral researcher soon. It's a pleasure to win this honor. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Jingji Xue. I'm now a PhD student in Professor Yang Yang's group in UCLA. I'm now working on perovskite-based solar cells. We're trying to bring the clean energy to all of the world to mitigate the global warming. It's my great pleasure to be awarded with this scholarship. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Xiaoshang. It's an honor for me to be here. Currently, I'm a fourth-year PhD student in economics at the University of Southern California. My research field is macroeconomics with a focus on innovation, growth, and inequality. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Yiran Yang, a PhD candidate in medical engineering at Caltech. My research focuses on developing wearable sweat sensors for non-invasive health monitoring and personalized healthcare applications. I'm honored to be here and to receive the scholarship. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's my honor to be awarded the Lisa Lu Scholarship this year. My name is Zhe Liang. I'm the first year MFA film directing student at UCL Film School. I'm passionate about making films that can challenge the world and inspire people and explore issues of family dynamic, relationship, race, immigration. And also as a student from China, I would love to tell more story about our community and give voice to them. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Angel Yihan Tan. I study film directing at the California Institute of the Arts, and I have a previous master's degree in psychology from National Taiwan University. So I really hope there will be more collaborations between scientists and artists, and it's truly an honor to receive this scholarship. So thank you, CSAC and Lisa Lu Foundation.
Hello, my name is Qingtong Wang. I'm one of the Lisa Lu Scholarship recipients. I'm the MFA student of filmmaking in New York Film Academy. And the film I directed, Miss Chagu, is selected by Dance with Films Spotlight in China. So my goal is to bring traditional Chinese culture to the world. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations to all the winners again. Chen Xi, I'll give it back to you.
Congratulations to the scholarship awardees. Thank you all, the talented scientists, engineers, and artists above in your hard work and contribution to our world. There is no better way of celebrating this than running our first round of raffle. We'll be giving out 2 $25 Amazon gift cards this round. Because of the YouTube streaming delay, only the Zoom meeting attendees can participate in this event. If you are watching this from your YouTube, you can find the Zoom meeting information in the description part of the video streaming page. The way of raffle works is, for each raffle, we will present the question on the screen. If you know the answer, please type in the chat box in the Zoom, and the first person getting the right answer wins the prize. How about that? All CSAC executive team members cannot participate in this raffle. And if you have won a prize, please leave the rest of the opportunities to other attendees. Now, if everyone's ready, Chen Xi, please present our first question. So which of the following Chinese American neither received CSAC Achievement Award nor gave a keynote speech at CSAC Annual Convention? Everyone? Chen Xi, please feel free to let us know if there's anyone who got the right answer at the first.
I have seen a lot of them, but I have seen one correct answer, but it's not a full name. I think we can go with that.
Okay.
Yep. So let me see who's the first one to get the right answer. Let me present the right answer first. The right answer is Dr. Roger Chen. And I do see a Roger here. The first one who answered Roger is Shuhai Shen. Shuhai Shen, congratulations to you. Our technical team will contact you right away for your contact information so that we can send you the gift card.
Congratulations. We do see that CSAC has a long history of, oh, hold on. Chen Xi, do you have another question? Or that's
you can go on with this one. The second question will be going on after this line.
Okay. So we do see that CSAC has a long history of honoring the elite Chinese American professionals. They are all inspiring us to move forward on our career just like they did. Now let's proceed to the second question. Whenever you're ready, Chen-Xi.
The question is rolled out. Oh, that is really quick. Okay, I'm pretty sure someone has already got the right answer. So let's see who's the first one.
Thank you, Chen-Xi, for checking the answers.
The first one that got the right answer is JJ Jia. So CSAC initiated its scholarship program in 1967. That's actually in one of the slides earlier. And this according to CSAC president of 1966, Yao Tu Wu's article in our 2012 journal. Congratulations to JJ Jia, and our technical team will contact you soon to get your contact information for the gift card. Thank you. So, in addition to CSAC scholarship, our awardees majoring in literature and art got another special gift this year. CSAC and the Lisa Lu Foundation made arrangements so that they got to meet with one of today's greatest contemporary filmmakers, the director Ang Lee,李安导演, last week.
Director Ang Lee's famous movies, including Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Brokeback Mountain, Life of Pi, Gemini Man, and more. So they won him 3 Oscar Academy Awards and 5 Golden Globe Awards. Isn't that amazing? Although he has become an Oscar-winning director, he is still constantly exploring and promoting technology and uses his films to show his perspective of the detail, his thinking, and the beauty of life. He's so humble and always encouraging us young filmmakers to keep pursuing our dreams. And we would love to follow him. And the scholarship winners and myself were honored with the opportunity to interview director Ang Lee, who shared his stories, his philosophies, and his vision of the future of Hollywood with us. Let's welcome Ang Lee.
Introducing Lee.
And the Oscar goes Taiwan, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Ang Lee!
And the Oscar goes to Ang Lee for Brokeback Mountain.
This is the first Academy Award for Ang Lee.
And the Oscar goes to Ang Lee.
Including his nomination this year for Best Picture for Life of Pi.
Thank you for favoring us with your presence, and thank you for enlightening the young people. And we really appreciate your appearance. And you are actually the only one and the most revered one to give us advice. Wish you good health, and we look forward to seeing your next film.
Thank you, Lisa. I just want to congratulate CSAC for its 58th convention anniversary. I'm very proud to be part of it, and I wish everybody well, healthy, and safe in this crazy time. Let's keep making movies and keep moving forward. bring some light to the world.
Hello, Director An Li. Nice to meet you here today. I really appreciate your time and energy in taking our interview. My name is Feng Chen. I got my film production MFA graduate degree in USC School of Cinematic Arts. I'm currently preparing my own feature film as a director. I would love to learn from a legendary director like you who makes stories for worldwide audiences. It is such an honor to be able to interview today. So
and good luck.
Thank you. What touched me the most is that you insisted on making a lot of great movies during the most difficult time in your life. My parents, they're filmmakers too, and in the past years, I used to help them create their movies. And that was a very difficult experience because the cost of film reels and release prints were expensive, and also it was really complicated procedure. I deeply feel that the technology promotes the development of movies, and digitalization gives us filmmakers more space to be creative. So I really admire your effort and courage of developing the most advanced film technology right now in the industry. So as a pioneer of this new era, would you like to share with us what does 120 frame rates look like for our audience? What drives your enthusiasm towards the technology? And what's your vision in the future of this technology? Thank you.
I have to say, first of all, facing today's world, a movie world, I'm as confused as anybody. Film is kind of a declining industry. It's very hard to find good craftsmanship. The industry has changed. The projection, the theater changed. A lot of things changing. So I'm facing the future. It gets to what I want to do. I think digital, because it has a more realistic look, it requires dimension. Because it comes along with that. To do that, your observation is a lot sharper because you have two eyes coming to a point, very much like life. It requires more realism, even though you're dreaming. So how do we dream with reality? So all those questions bother me. Everything I learned since from a kid watching movie, fantasize about it, to film school, to a professional maker, everything got thrown off. I was off balance. I feel we need something new. And 24 frame is not a starter. I think at least 60 frames, you're able to watch dimensionalized pictures when the two eyes come together. It's just two starters because your eyes, your perception is a lot sharper. So it's really about, to me, it's not about technology or what kind of movie you're making, but it's really about what movie making can be in a digital era. I think we just need something new. I'm groping. I think 120 it takes about 100 frames per second just to not see the stroke, to perceive the image not only lifelike, but without problem. I think that's what it takes. And it comes to 120 because it's a multiple of 24 frames and 30 frames of television. And also when you want to do 60 frames in the future for television, it's the multiple of all that.
What effort and development have you made in this 120 frame rate film production or post?
The workflow is very hazardous, very difficult. I cannot even give you. I need a technician to explain what it's like, the workflow. It's very, very difficult. I would say if it's difficult for me, it's very difficult for anybody. We don't have lab, so we need to create a lab of our own to process the images, to create dailies. That lab go along with the filmmaking. It's very clumsy.
这是 baseline 给我们新做的电脑，就是靠这个东西在做。这放映是从那边放映出来，这是临时放的另外一个规格的东西，我们放在这边，有点实验性，做新的实验，放给自己看，也放给别人看。
Every film has its challenges. 24 frames per second, it's what we're used to, it's what everyone likes, but it has some limitations. There's motion blur and there's strobing. So one way to try to combat that is to shoot at a higher shutter speed.
I hope through our experiences, it can be as easy as just hold up a camera and shoot. It's really difficult, even focus pulling is difficult. Your eyes are so sharp. How do you make a movie with this kind of sharpness? That's very challenging. I think post needs to change. The whole process of images should change. The way we pretend something happened. Movies pretending something happened. This used to be a stat. You don't buy that anymore. And then you keep improving. In a digital era, I think we can pretend through digital efforts. That leads to virtual production. It's more real, but more illusionized. That requires 120. You cannot add resolution without, because there's a relationship between resolution and frame rate. You cannot get a relationship just by raising resolution. You have to raise frame rate as well. So they all come together. It's a formula. This is scientific. No, I'm not an expert on that. But you cannot raise one or another. They all come together. It's like in science, you have an activation point. Only everything up to that point, then the new thing clicks in. That's our sensation. And it's difficult because everybody's perception when it comes to 3D, when it comes to dimensionalized images, like life, is very different. A lot more different than when everybody look at a flat screen or something, which most of the people agree what they see. This is it varies from people to people. So there's something new. I think it requires scientific studies, and scientists and artists should work together. We cannot do one just by ourselves. You have to work together. It needs experimental. It needs efforts. It takes budgetary efforts. You need to change the industry. You need to change the ecosystem. We have a theater chain that can make this kind of movie available for filmmakers. And more importantly, we need filmmakers to dig in and to create those kind of cinema. You cannot just build a projection system without the goods. You have to make movies. So we need young filmmakers like yourself. We need an army of filmmakers to get into it. The whole lot of things need to change. It's very hard. If I'm doing by myself, I'm like Paul Hui. Like I kept saying, it's like the Marine lying on the barbed wire so people can step over. I didn't invent 120. It's just, to my eyes, it takes that much to see the images properly. And then there's a lot of things that come along with that. Once you see properly, How do you use it? How do you deal with focus? How do you deal with story? Where your eyes goes, when people's eyes go into different things, you see a lot more. In your mind's eye, it's a lot sharper. You can comprehend, absorb, and digest a lot more images and information, and you want more. It's very different than when we watch on the flash, how we used to watch movies. And I think it's important that some of us, a lot of people think we're fine. We can do the same thing forever. It's all fine. Just keep doing the same thing. But I hope some of us head on with it and discover something new, that the new excitement. Share experience with you, but you have to find your steps. That's what I found. Yeah, you have to find your ways. My hope is in your generation.
Wow. Thank you very much for your insight. There's so much to absorb. I believe the scientists and engineers and also filmmakers right now are all very exciting, and they are brainstorming and blood bubbling, trying to think of if there is any new way to contribute to this new technology for the future and to help you support your filmmaking, and we all could cooperate together. Thank you very much for your time and energy and your wisdom.
Hi, Director Anli. Nice to meet you. It's truly an honor to speak with you. So my name is Angel Tan. I came from Taiwan to study film directing at CalArts. And I started my film career as a screenwriter. So I will focus on your philosophy of future filmmaking and storytelling. And first, I'd like to start with COVID-19 because it obviously has changed everything for everyone. So I'm just wondering, have you got any creative inspirations so far from this pandemic?
I think movies heading that direction, virtual, you mentioned, a different way of movie making. I think the pandemic's situation only speed that thing up. It might boost up 10 years. Even after the pandemic, we'll see how we make a movie different. So you don't go to Canada to shoot Brokeback Mountains. If you shoot that, like in this room, like we're communicating with each other, and we put different background, and we pretend we're movies pretending. If the virtual, the animation, and the virtual environment that provided to the filmmakers is convenient enough, is realistic enough, then they really free filmmakers from restriction. Some will argue that I need restrictions so I can be more creative. But let's put that aside. You can almost put the budgetary issues aside, and it can really expand your movie work. I'm writing something, pretend there's no budget. That's what I'm doing. I'm writing that script. And it all hell break loose, because I probably lose narrative. Narrative you have to narrow down. It's, the reason it costs, the way you think about things more linear. Now it can be more expanding, like in a book. It's because I'm dramatically trained. I want to see something before I start to imagine. I want to see real people, real location. That's when the movie fashion in my head. But with virtual, you have to see it. You have to be like a painter, like a cartoon drawer. You have to see it before you start communicating, before you imagine. And that's a very different talent and skill. I think those filmmakers are in an advantage. Starting from Pi, I was forced to go that direction. I have to see it, because with the boy, adrift on the ocean, there's no reference. There's nothing to see. With the tiger, I cannot create something for me to start imagining, to take reference, to be inspired. It has to come from here, from nothing. Abstract thinking, then visualize it, then you apply it, then you take it, imagine it. So it's a different process. And in that kind of movie making, it's not like you have a pre-production, then you go out to shoot. Then once you collect everything, you go to the editing room, post it, go through audience tests and studio, whatever. That very rigid kind of a production. That's how only way we know how to make a movie. It might not be like that. I think for your, I keep saying your generation, not to look at you being young or maybe being old, but just the way we brought up was different. You brought up with different media, a lot of information come to you, very different than my generation or from Lisa's generation. I think you probably be happy doing that. But no, we just started. We don't know what that's like. And I truly hope that free you from your creativity. You can cocktail your ways. You shoot something, you pretend something, animate something, and then you make it real. And you just create your movie more in your hands, less by excavation. A movie, or you wake up in the morning, filmmaker, the shooting day, you look out the window. I'm not a farmer, but I look out the window, look at the sky. You constantly deal with the limitations you're given. You're not free to do what I think you're going to have more freedom.
Thank you for your encouragement. Yeah, I think pandemic has obviously changed the way we make film and probably the content of film. And I just hope probably because we are doing everything online with the virtual production, there will be more Asian filmmakers on the international market, like film industry. My next question is about Asian community, because I think in today's Hollywood, those non-English speaking films made by Asian filmmakers are more welcomed by the Western audience. And would you share your observations on this change?
It's keep improving from my student days. I see it more and more open. The first 20 years of my career is just keep open. Lately, I think just the political atmosphere, people are more closing up. I don't like that, but it's just the way it is. I don't know if it's fair to say or not. I found a lot of Asian projects about young people found their parents stuck. That's like mainstream. I would like to see variety type of movies, not ethnic drama, family drama, or coming of age. I would like to see more variety of movie makings and genres. I think for Asian or minority, to get to the broader, to get to the audience, broader or not, I think it's important and two principles. One is you have to be specific, like who you are, the specificity. I think people like to see something different. And you also have to understand the commonality, what's in common, all humanity, the big subjects. I think you need to hit both of them. What's common, what's universal, and also what's specific.
I totally agree, because you are truly a role model to bring a huge variety of different films to the audience. You have made a broad range of different genres like martial arts, superhero, and magic realism. So I'm curious, do you have a essential philosophy of storytelling, or has it evolved when you work across different genres over the decades?
Well, the philosophy comes later. The impulse. Take the poster behind you. I grew up in Taiwan. I have nothing in common with the gay cowboy in Wyoming. Now, how do I connect with that? But I don't know. I never want to know. I know I want to do it. It speaks to me. I have an urge to do it. Then I just go about it, and I find a philosophy on the way. Philosophy is something when people ask you that question in the interview, you have to make something up. But that's not an impulse in the movie. When you articulate something, when you put in a sentence, you rationalize it. I don't believe movies are actually like that. I just don't want to believe that. I think movies are impulse. It's image, it's sight and sound. It's a heart to heart. The genre or the way I do it is a fallback of something I didn't know what to do. There will be, every movie there's a point, I don't know what to do, it doesn't make sense. It cannot be understood. And then I have to trim them into some kind of shape or some kind of genre or a combination of genres or some kind of philosophy. You gotta have a theme so people know why they're watching it. But eventually it will narrow down to a movie shape. That I would call philosophy. Over the years, the common through line of my movies, it's been changing. I I thought this family trilogy is about my father, but it's not really. When I did sensibility, I thought, it's a social obligation versus personal free will. And then it just kept changing. I think growing up in Taiwan, I come from Taiwan, and come to America, and we have had some identity security issues. In some ways, in my movies, the characters really want to find something to believe, want to find faith, whether it's Pi or Brokeback Mountain. I know the characters, like myself, always want to find something to believe in, that we can hold on, that doesn't change. Then sooner or later you'll find out the only thing that don't change is everything will change on you. Nothing stands still. It can be dissolutional, but you have to hang on to something. I think that's the inner conflict I have. It appears again and again in my movies. I think that's psychology rather than philosophy. Whatever they call it, is when they watch them, they're not watching you, they're watching themselves. No.
Coronavirus has had a substantial impact on the film industry, especially movie theaters.
Cinemas around the world have been shuttered. Productions ground to a halt. Thousands of workers are now jobless. But the solution to the current crisis doesn't seem so straightforward.
Hi, Director and Lee. Thank you for being here and giving us this great opportunity that we can talk to. My name is Zheyu Liang. I'm the first-year MFA film directing student at UCL Film School. And now we see that the pandemic continues to inflict chaos on the global film industry. How do you think the nature of film collaboration will change due to the pandemic?
I'm as confused as anybody. I don't think anybody knows. But I've mentioned one possibility is virtual production. It's less physical, more imaginative. You create your own environment. I think we're heading that direction. I think we're going to go through a revolutionary time in filmmaking, in creating story, in stimulate how we have to study the cognitive side, how we process image in our head to create story. I think just the rules of the game has to change. The methodology has to change. I think it's wrong to stick to the past, how we used to know, and while we're dealing with a new sensation, new stories, new ways of movie making.
How about the film distribution?
With the pandemic, I think there's going to be, unfortunately, a while. It's very hard to gather people safely. Right now, it's impossible. That's why everything's shut down. Mm-hmm. And then we have a lot of free time. We want drama at the same time, ironically. We want movies even more than before, while the production is shutting down. I think that's one way to deal with that. And also, I think the theater will change too. The normal business is going to be very, very hard. But high-end, maybe, something worth you shut all the way to theater, make an effort to watch something on big screen. That has to be much better than just the image that's even worse than television. Content is better, the quality is better, and why would people go to theaters? So you really have to upgrade, have something new to get people into I see it as like a temple for me. You need a congregation in a temple. I think that's going to be very difficult. So things has to change.
So how do your filmmakers deal with all these changes or challenges?
I think I really encourage you. It might not be my generation, but to your generation, you should create something new and sensational and explore new possibilities. I think that's the nature of movie. That never changes. That's old-fashioned, which is keep creating new excitement, discovering new, finding that innocence we had, the original excitement to something.
So when you did the Life of Pi, all the scenes on the sea were shot in the studio. And also for the first time for that movie, you try a lot of like new technology, like 3D filmmaking. So what can our filmmakers learn from that experience?
I'm a very low-tech person. Things happened about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago when I made The Life of Pi, that movie. I decided to do 3D, and that requires digital filmmaking. So for the first time, I was a die-hard old-fashioned filmmaker and very low-tech. But that's the first time I get encountered with digital filmmaking and dimensionalized movie making. So to see the three-dimensional movie making, I have to change to adjust to the digital filmmaking, which is the exposure to the look, which doesn't really have an aesthetic of its own. All we know is movie. That's all we know. Two-dimensional movie, square. You trust it. Like everything, I was thrown off. At the same time, I was making the most difficult movie. We got tiger, we got a kid, we got 3D, we got water, all the top-notch difficulties in a philosophical book. Try to make a very commercial and very, very commercial mainstream movie. So I was very perplexed. But after that movie, I got lucky. The movie was a success, got an Oscar and everything. I got to think about how we make digital movie. We're into that era already. Right now, it's very difficult, but I see things are changing. We're heading in that direction, and the pandemic really speed that up. But it's very hard to make the old movie the same old way. You gather hundreds of people, and theater is kind of dying, closing down. What do we do? I think the answer is the unknown. You got to head to the unknown and create something new. And you have to be doing something and watching something that's both familiar and unknown. Between wills and unwillingness, I think that's the sweet spot we want to dream. I think we're in the cusp of finding something new, and I'm really looking forward to young generations. Just when you go ahead, create your new thing, don't forget where we come from. Like us old guys. Well, I really want to pass that along to you. I see myself a guinea pig, like a pathway for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As Chinese Asian filmmakers, we would love to see more Chinese Asian films shown in Hollywood. Just like your film, The Wedding Banquet, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon perfectly show our culture to the world. And I was wondering, what kind of Chinese Asian film do you want to see more in the future?
Broader variation, good movies. Whatever. The English language movie has become established as the mainstream. So everything else is exotic. It's like offbeat. That's foreign films. Certain movies get to go in. I like to see big Chinese movies that entertain the whole world. Good movies that move your heart. We did pretty good with the art house. I hope big movies, variety movies, mainstream entertainment, just normal human stories, genre movies. Let's do it. I think China has a great chance.
Yeah. So what should our Chinese Asian filmmakers should do to make a better film and also reach global audience in the future?
I think it's important to be honest. I hope something free you from your creative power, that you are more free to see yourself in an abstract way, more expressing yourself. You find your audience, your connections. I think being honest is very important. I think it's important to be honest being an Asian. I think for Asian or minority, to get to the broader, to get to the audience, broader or not, I think it's important in two principles. One is you have to be specific, like who you are, the specificity. I think people like to see something different. And you also have to understand the common knowledge, what's in common, all humanity, the big subjects. I think you need to hit both of them. What's common, what's universal, and also what's specific. I think just being honest with yourself and have a broad dream. People, whatever the color is, when they watch movie, they're not watching you, they're watching themselves. So you want to think about what you can share that inspire people, the audience, instead of they accept me as a minority. But what do I have to offer? To do that, you have to be very specific about your life experience, who you are. At the same time, you want to see the connection, how that connect with the people, not just you babbling your feelings.
Thank you. But now the situation is that many young filmmakers came to the US to study film, including myself, now facing great challenges and uncertain futures. So what advice would you give us relating to your study abroad experience at NYU? And do you have any outlook for a future career?
Not really. It's difficult. I know right now it's difficult. And I don't like the political situation we're in. No, obviously, it's less friendly. But I don't think anything stop anyone to pursue dreams. If you have a dream, just keep at it. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. That will change the world. That's all I can say to you. Don't let things discourage you. I think you gotta look at life in a positive way. There are positive energy in the world. And even the chance is slimmer, you still have to shoot for it. That's my philosophy. Stay healthy, mentally and physically healthy. You don't know how much it's gonna take and when things are gonna take. Can suck the energy out of you. So prepare. Don't waste it. Cherish yourself. And be wise about giving it a shot.
Thank you so much. I believe with your encouragement, many young people, including myself, will keep moving with our dreams, keep making great movies. And we also look forward to see your next project in the theater soon. Thank you again.
Director Ang Lee, it was a very inspiring interview, and we really appreciate you for your time and energy in sharing your vision of the future of Hollywood and film with us. You are always so down to earth, always being dedicating your wisdom, effort, new ideas, and love to enlighten all of us audience and filmmakers. Thank you for presenting the beauty of our times and lives and to show us the human imagination with your movies. You are a pioneer of the film technology, a spiritual thinker of our time, a mentor that always being happy to share your experiences and encourage us upcoming filmmakers. And also, thank you, CSAC Chair of the Board, Zhou Ping, and Lisa Lu Foundation Secretary, Sarah Xu, Lisa Lu, Director Ang Lee, for your contribution to this interview. Also, thanks to Jin Xing and you, Chen Xi, as technician manager for supporting our convention.
Also, many thanks to Feng Chen and the scholarship winners for putting together this interview and their hard work to create this video. Most of the videos and designs you see during this online convention were created by them, and I think they've done a fantastic job. The extended version of Director Ang Lee's video will be uploaded to CSAC's YouTube channel later. You can find the link of the channel at the beginning of the Zoom chat messages, or just search for CSAC on YouTube. You can also find recordings of our previous events, including Tech Salon, Business Forum, and Technical Symposium on our channel. Please subscribe to our channel and click the little bell to turn on notifications. And stay tuned for the extended version of Director Ang Lee's interview and more events to come.
Now let's move on to our second round of raffle. We'll be giving out 2 $50 Amazon gift cards this round. Again, because of YouTube streaming delay, only Zoom meeting attendees can participate in this event. So let's keep going. And Chenxi, I think we are ready. So please feel free to present us your questions.
The question is, which one of the following movies won the Oscar Academy Award for the Best Foreign Language Film? I've seen every answer. I'm pretty sure there is one correct already. Let's see. Is there anyone that got the full name? Because everyone was saying Crouching Tiger. I saw a lot of I even see a crouching and a tiger. Wow. So yeah, I think we'll give that to the tiger. I think the name is Sophie. So thank you, Sophie. Although your name's actually in circles, I was barely able to recognize it. Thank you for saying the tiger is the one. So the right answer is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. 卧虎藏龙. That is the one that won the Best Foreign Language Film for Director Ang Lee. Our technical team will contact you and get your contact information so we can send you the $50 Amazon gift card. Congratulations.
And now let's proceed to the second question.
It's similar. Which of the following movie from Director Ang Lee didn't win or get nominated for Oscar Academy Awards of Best Director? Okay, I get a lot of sense this time. Yep. So let's see. I think we already got the right answer. Let me figure out who's the first. Give me 1 second. I think I found it. So the right answer is Sense and Sensibility. And the first one to get the right answer is Cricket Romilly. Thank you so much and congratulations. You got the right answer and you got yourself a $50 Amazon gift card.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So the year 2019 to 2020 has been a turbulent year for many of us. For CSAC, we also lost many alumni. We lost Dr. Louise Wanqi, Qi Wang-er博士. Many will refer to her as the mother of CSAC. We also lost our 1984 president, Dr. Frank Wang, Wang Hong'en 博士, and our 1987 president, Dr. Sherman Yu, Yu Shaiyuan 博士. Please join us for a few minutes in memorial of them.
In 1962, Lois co-founded CSAC with her husband, Harichi. She has set a great example for all of us. We would like to thank Lois for everything she has done for CSAC. Her guidance and wise counsel will continue to lead us to a brighter future.
Dr. Lois G. was there at the founding. She was a biologist, a scientist. That led the engineers later to change our title to CSAC. Lois was there again at the Scholarship Foundation start, and her wonderful generosity continues.
In 1985, when he was the president, the CSAC Scholarship Foundation was granted the federal 501c3 status as a nonprofit foundation. From then on, our scholarship awards to students in need have become the most notable annual contributions of CSAC to the Chinese American community.
Some people watch history. Some people make history. Dr. Frank Wang is just one of those who made historic contribution to CSAC Scholarship Foundation. Dr. Wang's legacy will live on and will always be remembered.
I remember Sherman as a most energetic, interesting person. He lived life fully, enjoying every single minute of it. In missing him. Thank you.
Sherman plays a major role in many major programs in CSAC's history. Under his leadership, he made CSAC highly recognized by the mainstream community in the U.S. and the international community. Goodbye, Sherman. We all miss you forever.
Goodbye, goodbye. Thanks to the pioneers of volunteers of CSAC above who brought knowledge, exploration, light, love, and hope to all of the people around you and to this road. Thank you for your support in the Chinese American communities in Southern California. The younger generation get to thrive and pass on your legacy. God bless you in heaven.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year is full of events. In the fight against COVID-19, many people, including children, have been united to serve the society. In the creativity against the COVID-19, our young artists have shown their wisdom, creativity, and most importantly, their enthusiasm for this world. And it is the time to award them. I give you Mr. Jin Chang, the leader of the contest, to start this award ceremony.
Hi everyone. Creativity Against COVID-19 Young Creative Artists Contest is a part of the United Chinese Americans signature program fighting against COVID-19 pandemic. The Tracy's Guide for Family on COVID-19. It's a great success, and I'm very pleased about the turnout and the quality of the artworks submitted by every young artist. So on behalf of the co-hosting organizations, CSAC, Xin Memorial Fund, and the United Chinese American, I would like to congratulate all of our young artist winners. I would also like to thank our volunteers, advisors, sponsors, community partners, and media partners for your great efforts and support to make this to happen. Now, I would like to pass the torch to Jingyi for the rest of the award ceremony.
Thanks for Mr. Chang's talk. Now let's enjoy the montage of the grand prize work, which was done by a 9-year-old boy, Justin Koo.
Proper social distance is more than 1.5 meters away. This should effectively prevent the risk brought by the spread of droplets from one person to another. COVID-19 can be transmitted through droplets when people talk, cough, and sneeze. Therefore, wearing a face covering can reduce the risk of transmission. People who have been infected should wear masks. You should be washing your hands at least 10 times a day, especially after using a bathroom, before eating, after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. Learning how to take care of our homes and protect family members is a critical part to control the pandemic.
Okay, make fun things happy. Yes.
Congratulations to Justin for his fantastic job. Let's invite him to give us a speech for winning the prize.
Hello, everyone. I am very happy and excited to be here to accept this award. I want to thank the judges and people at Tracy's Guide for Families for giving me the opportunity to do this project. I had a lot of fun. I also learned that it's important to follow safety guidelines so we can protect our family and friends. I hope all the artwork in this contest will encourage everyone to fight the COVID-19 pandemic and prevent it from spreading. Thank you, Mama and Baba, for loving me and supporting me. Let's work together to stay healthy and safe. Yayo! Bye!
Thanks, Justin. And we're going to present the montage of the second prize works. After that, the name list of all the rest winners will also be presented.
In order for a person to catch the coronavirus, a person will inhale COVID-19 viruses or touch a surface infested with viruses and later touch their face.
What happens when you get sick from coronavirus?
There are many symptoms from coronavirus, including fever, cough, body ache, and shortness of breath.
The most dangerous part of this virus isn't just the symptoms. The most lethal part, in my opinion, is how it can be asymptomatic. What this means is that a person could have the disease but not know since they don't show any symptoms. If they continuously go outside without social distancing, the person will most definitely spread it to others.
I heard there was this virus and was told to stay home, but who cares?
Yeah, it is just the flu.
I heard that drinking alcohol can stop it.
And that's all wrong.
There you are. Wait a second. No, you coconut head. I meant the baking flour, not actual flowers.
Oh, but these are super pretty. I want them.
To these young artists. And let me thank CSAC, UCA, and Xin Memorial Fund for hosting this great contest. And thank Himalaya Capital Chinese CEO Organization, and C2 Education for generously being our sponsors. Also, let me thank our community and media partners. Last but not least, let me thank every member of our winner selection and advisory committee. Let me thank them for devoting their love and precious time for children and a better future.
Shanxi, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Jingyi, for hosting the award ceremony of the art contest that was supported by CSAC, United Chinese Americans, and the Xing Memorial Fund. The works from our young generations are so creative, and we are so impressed by it. So cute, and not only are they cute, they also are so informative and teach us how to protect ourselves during the deadly pandemic. And now it's time to move on to my favorite subject as an engineer myself. Let me share. Yeah, I think Jonathan already shared.
Okay, good afternoon. Could you share the full screen? Okay, that's okay, beautiful. Okay, good afternoon. Now we are going to talk about space. When we mention the space, and people think about astronaut, okay? But the space travel we are going to talk about today is for everyone. Could you go to the next page? Now, let's say if you want to travel to the sky, okay? Then you go to the airport. You take an airplane and fly inside the Earth's atmosphere. But travel to space is something different. Travel to space is to fly above the atmosphere and into the vastness of space. It is in everybody's dream. So, in the future, if you want to travel to the space, you need to go to the spaceport. Next page. So from the spaceport, you have some options, okay, in the future. For example, you can take high altitude balloon, lofting about 100 kilometers above the ground. Then you can take the pictures, you can have a beautiful views of the Earth. Or, next page, you can take a space elevator, high altitude elevators, okay? That will take you to 300 or 400 kilometers above the Earth to the space station, as shown in the next page. Then, there will be a space shuttle. Okay, you can take the space shuttle to go to the hotels on the moon. Next page. Or to the parks on the Mars. Next page. So there's a lot of opportunities in the future, probably in your generation, in your children's generation, and I'm very positive, very certain for that your grandchildren's generation, that will be true. Okay. But the travel to the stars is very challenging. Next page. I say challenge is because based on our current understanding of science, of physics, and the current available technology, engineering, we are not able to do that yet. So it's still in our dream. It all depends on our future generations to make breakthroughs in science and engineering to make this dream come true. So this is more distant towards the future, travel to the stars. Next page. However, currently there's 5 or 6 companies, okay, real companies, they are helping us to make travel to the space a reality, okay, in this generation, I mean, or in your children's generation. Those companies including Virgin Galactic, okay, or Virgin Orbit, okay, we have one speaker from Virgin Orbit talk about today, and SpaceX, okay, and Blue Origin, and Boeing, and Orion Span, and CSAC, of course. Okay, the CSAC rules is to inspire you guys, okay, to learn science and technology, to build up skills, to work in your careers in space travel. So next page. And today's main thing is space travel in the past and space travel in the future. And we are going to also talk about space economy and careers, to make a careers in space. So next page, I'm going to introduce today's speaker. Today's speaker is Monica Jian. Monica holds a bachelor and master degrees in electrical engineering from University of Southern California. She also had assistant engineering certificate from Caltech, California Institute of Technology, and an MBA degree from Wharton School. Currently, Monica is a senior director for strategic and customer experience at Virgin Orbit. So let's welcome Monica. Okay, next page.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to this convention today. It is my pleasure to speak with you today about space and all the exciting things that's happening in the space industry today. I had the opportunity to look through all the smiley faces on the screen earlier during the earlier presentation part, and I'm really excited to see that in attendance today, there are audience from as young as I think maybe 6 years old, from what I can see on screen, all the way to the 90s. That meant a lot, and I hope you all take a little bit of something away from dreams and how we'll see where we're going and where dreams may come true in the next 20, 30 years. So since we have so many kids, and I want to show you this picture to take you a little bit back to my childhood. This picture reminded me a lot of when I was dreaming when I was a kid. So this picture was taken on the day when our sister company, Virgin Galactic, became the first space company to go IPO on the New York Stock Exchange last year. And it's my favorite picture because it represented so much to me. It brings me back to the time when I was a little girl in Taiwan and dreaming about space. But that dream seemed at the time so far away. I would have never imagined that today I get to travel the world, meeting with industry leaders and to work to advance space for humanity today. It's living my dream, or even having the opportunity to speak to you today about space. But the story of Virgin Galactic started way back when in 2004, when Spaceship One, you see here, won the $10 million X Prize. It was a turning point when private capital started to invest in space companies for space travel. And then 5 years later, Spaceship Two took the first flight from Mojave and became Virgin Galactic's flagship space vehicle. This will start to take private tours to space very soon. But really, the dream started a long time ago in 1960s. We probably all remember, or for younger ones, have seen on TV when Neil Armstrong took his first step on the moon. It really made human presence in space not only a dream, but became a reality. And since then, since we're talking about Hollywood, there's been a lot of TVs and movies made about space, like Star Wars and Star Trek. In the 70s, the program continued. NASA started to invest in space shuttle program to really develop something that's reusable, a spaceship that's reusable. And then for the next 30 years, a whole family of space shuttles was transporting both astronauts and cargo to the International Space Station you see on the left. And recently, you've probably seen the news, the space shuttle is aging. It was supposed to be retired by 2024, just in time for NASA to return to the moon. But I think I recently heard that it got extended to 2030. So we will still have the station with us for a while. But to get to space, we need to figure out first how to get away from this Earth. The little thing called gravity, it takes a lot of power to escape Earth. In the 1957s, it was the first time when Russia sent up the first satellite called Sputnik. And that ignited the space race between the United States and Russia back then. Since then, a lot of different nations and space agencies have developed various large rockets and the rocket programs to send human and cargo satellites into space. But not until in 2002, someone called Elon Musk came along and started a company called SpaceX. SpaceX in 2008 was successfully launched the very first privately funded small rocket called Falcon 1 into space. So together, when we mentioned a little earlier about the X Prize, remember, and the success of SpaceX, really many people consider that launched a new space race for private space for private investors. And you can see that not only space is getting cool again, and people are taking notice, Hollywood and media are also catching on, I think starting to reflect the time and the excitement of this era. For a very long time, aerospace companies were having trouble attracting young talents. People wanted to go to Silicon Valley and work at companies like Google and Apple and build apps. But since then, we are seeing a lot of the young talents and engineers getting excited about building something for space, inventing something for space, whether it's satellite or spaceship, to send people back into space again. So we're seeing this whole resurgence of excitement that's reflected in popular media today. And very recently, we saw that the United States has announced that it established the United States Space Force. Not only a movie was made, Netflix made a comedy about the Space Force. You know, I'm actually pretty excited about it since I'm a Steve Carell fan. So I think it's a win for geeky engineers like myself. Another one of my favorite shows that's showing that space is really going mainstream is currently streaming on Apple TV called For All Mankind. And that is showing where there's a race between US and Russia to build the moon base. And if you think that's it, you'll be wrong. Recently, NASA announced that it's working with Tom Cruise to make a movie from the International Space Station. I really can't complain, you know, and you can see the space is getting really cool now that you have Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt playing sexy astronauts. It's really exciting time right now. And not only that the movies are reflecting the times, but the culture was changing as well, where back in the Apollo program, you can see all the astronauts, they were all white men, came from a military background. Whereas today, on the bottom right, you see the latest class of astronauts, they really more closely reflect the diversity in our society today. And back in 1963, Russia was actually the first country to send a woman into space. Dr. Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman astronaut in space. And since then, many women astronauts have joined her footsteps to become the shuttle commanders or to perform spacewalk. So the culture is shifting, the media is shifting, the technology is moving very quickly forward as well. So the machines back then, you can see, it looks very much like, well, the 60s, lots of buttons, pretty old school technology. Today, the Dragon space capsule that was built by SpaceX was just launched. And you can see from here that it is sexy and slick with touch screen controls. And you can even see an iPad right there next to the astronauts. We are currently going through a privatization of space, where space used to be the domain of governments and only built by government and space agencies. It's being taken over by private companies to perform the same services. So missions like resupply mission to the International Space Station will now be performed by SpaceX and Boeing going forward. NASA announced that we will go back to the moon by 2024, not only just to land there, but they plan to establish a permanent base. The Artemis is another program of NASA's that's really encouraging international collaboration and use it as a stepping stone to get to somewhere further like Mars. SpaceX is busy building large transport system like Starship here so that they can really achieve their dreams of colonizing Mars and building base there. And what about that aging space station we saw earlier? It's supposed to retire by 2030, right? But don't worry, there's a whole group of private engineers and investors now building a new commercial space station that's supposed to come online before the current space station retires. That might even include a space hotel, no joke. So other really interesting projects are space mining. Both private industry and space agencies around the world are currently studying it and have missions to do asteroid mining and space mining so that we can we can harvest resources from space and be used in space. And there are new prizes like the Google Lunar X Prize that's spurring a whole new generation of lander technologies from private companies. And the large companies are building larger landers to get us back to the moon and land on the moon as well. So it's exciting that, on the Times Magazine, you can see there was a race to the moon between US and Russia. But today, they are race to the moon or race to space. But the next space race is really between private companies. And another space race that's happening right now is not really in outer space, but on Earth, where the satellites, which is important infrastructure to support both outer space travel and benefit our lives on Earth, they're getting smaller and cheaper. So to enable that new space small satellite revolution, we created a new company called Virgin Orbit.
Our planet is changing, and so are the ways we explore it, connect it, inspire it, and protect it. The satellites we build to serve humanity from space are growing smaller and less expensive, and that's made the list of satellite builders larger and more diverse. New investment has flooded into the satellite world, and new talent, new inspiration, and new applications as well. But the greatest satellites in the world can't help anyone when they're stuck here on planet Earth. Lacking an affordable, flexible, and responsive ride to space, many small satellites would never get off the ground. But that's all about to change. For 4 years now, Virgin Orbit has been designing, building, and testing a totally new way of launching satellites. A launch service that is best matched to these new, smaller, and more affordable satellites. Virgin Orbit has built a system that can launch on short notice, flying from wherever needed to reach whatever orbit the mission requires. It's a system built on one of the most powerful, proven aircraft of all time, which serves as a flying launch pad, helping deliver precious cargo exactly where it needs to go, exactly when it needs to get there. It's a system that marries tried and true rocket technology with state-of-the-art manufacturing capabilities. All put together by a team with a bold vision, just the right industry experience, and a little bit of a maverick spirit. The small satellites carried by Launcher One will help us better understand and care for our planet and our part of the solar system, connecting us with others across the globe, growing economies, and keeping us safe. Dozens of satellites have already booked their flights on Launcher One, and with an exhaustive testing program nearly complete, Virgin Orbit is poised to launch the small satellite revolution.
So the space economy is really getting revamped, and it's not a new concept. Our lives have been closely tied to the satellite systems. You just didn't know about it. Satellites are getting smaller and cheaper. They're leveraging advancements in consumer electronics, just like computers used to take up a whole room. Now it's in the palm of your hands. Satellite too used to take up a whole entire room. Now could fit on the top of your hands as well. And they used to cost billions of dollars to make, but now they cost millions only. Seem like a large number, but it's really a multiple order of magnitude of reduction. And the next revolution will happen, and when tens of thousands of small satellites will be launched into lower Earth orbit in the next decade. And this is going to create a new communication infrastructure in space. Now, this is really creating jobs and investment opportunities for all levels of value chain. And this intersects with many commercial and defense applications, like getting your Wi-Fi on the airplane, on the train, or tracking ships in your cargo movement, or just getting a better and more accurate weather forecast. So the opportunity is endless. If you're studying engineering today, the opportunity you get to work with and even related to the space industry is so much more than when I was a little kid or when I was in school. I'm so excited for you and your opportunity. You definitely want to take a close look at all the job postings as you're graduating, or just keep updated on what's happening with the news to see if there's something that can get you excited. So in order to launch these tens of thousands of small satellites, we also need a new generation of rockets. Virgin Orbit created this new kind of launch system. You're familiar with the large rocket launching from a vertical launch pad. But what we did was we took a 747, modify it, so that way we can actually launch a much smaller rocket on an airplane. And the size and mobility of this system really allows us to provide launch capability from all over the world and not just tied to one location. Earlier you saw that one of the dreams is having spaceport everywhere around the world. It's actually not a dream, it's becoming reality. We're currently working with UK and Japan to set up spaceports. And there are many, many other countries that are interested in setting up their own spaceport to kickstart their own space economy. So the space race is on. And this time, the space fever is actually global. So while Virgin Orbit, we're conducting our first set of launches from Mojave, California. This is a desert about 2 hours away from Los Angeles. The Virgin Galactic crew, they have moved into their new home in New Mexico. This is Spaceport America. The road to get here was long and actually very hard. Space is hard. It's probably one of the hardest things that you will do as an engineer. And in the process of making the dream come true for normal people like you and I, so we can become astronauts and space tourists, and one day take our trip to space, the Virgin Galactic team had to overcome many obstacles, including losing one pilot in an accident a few years ago. But they carried on, and they decided to stay in and fight. So I'd like to take you back to the day of the first successful spaceflight made by Spaceship Two, and this is back in December 2018, to experience this emotional day and what it feels like to have your dream come true.
A letter to my grandchildren. My dad, your great-granddad, was an extraordinary man, full of wise words. He would often remind me that life is wonderful, and it is that simple truth which has driven me as I built businesses, raised my family, and embarked upon my many adventures. You are at the very start of life. It is an incredible gift, and it is there for the taking. It will deliver highs and lows, but by living it to the full, by always trying to do the right thing, and by keeping a childlike sense of adventure, it will indeed be wonderful. I used to think of space as a destination, but I now realize it's a journey with some amazing milestones along the way. Your lives will be transformed by space, and it will give your generation the planetary perspective on which the future of humanity rests. That we're all in this together, fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. Today we pass the most significant of them all, is our beautiful VSS Unity, along with the hopes and dreams of so many, became the first spaceship built for regular passenger service to put humans into space.
If you don't remember anything from my talk today, I hope that you remember one thing, and that is dare to dream. Whatever your dream is, no matter how impossible it may seem, work hard and don't give up. And just like this little girl staring at the New York Stock Exchange building, she has a big dream and she'll probably get there someday. And so will you. Sky is no longer the limit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very inspiring. Not only kids, me, learn a lot. Okay, let's take some questions. If you have a question, please type into the chat box. Okay, there's a lot of questions already. Let me take some early one. Whoa. How about I'm going to take one question from Sarah Xu. Okay, Sarah Xu had a question to Monica. Is space travel accepting private passengers now? How much is a ticket cost?
Yeah, it is. Let's see. If you remember, airline travel used to be very expensive. You and I wouldn't be able to get on an airline. They cost more than first class now. Today, you can get on a Southwest for $100 one way to Vegas or San Francisco. We're about the same place with space travel. It is just starting to take private passengers. For Virgin Galactic, I haven't checked the prices lately, but as of last year, they have more than 600 people signed on, and the ticket price at the time was at $250,000 US.
Wow.
That price is the goal is to have prices come down, right? Because the initial development cost for any space program is astronomical. But as the space travel or spaceship become more commonplace and there are more trips, so will the cost. And I think another thing to keep in mind is that it's not just about going to space. A lot of these technologies that we're developing today, yes, will be fun. You can pay a lot of money and go to outer space and look back at Earth. But ultimately, you probably have also seen some of the announcements. It's really about point-to-point transportation on Earth. So instead of taking the current technology, the airline, for a 12-hour flight to, where would that get you? Japan or Taiwan? How about a 2-hour flight to Beijing? That's really what a lot of these technologies are working towards. So it's not just about getting to the moon and Mars, but significantly benefiting the cost and the method of travel on Earth.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's, if it's less than, and so a certain amount I can afford, I'm going to buy one. Okay, so the second question, okay, let me see. Wow, lots of questions, and the second question I'm going to take from Dan Kai Liu. And so here's a question to Monica. How realistic if we can travel to the Mars and stay there? The real question is when? When do you think?
Wow, if I know this, I'd be a billionaire by now. I think the latest, I'll tell you the company predictions, right? A company like SpaceX, they're looking at the 2030s. If you look back in time, all of again, space is hard. So it normally takes longer time to develop the systems than prediction, because you're doing something for the very first time. And it's not just about spaceship getting there. I mean, if you just Google it around, you'll see that SpaceX is doing a lot of testing and making pretty good progress on the spaceship, Starship spaceship that they are planning to use to get to Mars. So you can pretty much monitor that progress there. But it's a lot more than that, right? If you want to go to, let's say, it doesn't have to be Mars, in the middle of Earth somewhere, go camping or build a city, there's infrastructure you have to build. You need to build shelter, you need to grow food. There's so many other support system you have to build and understand. And not to mention the very long trip you have to get there, this human psychology part. So there's really a lot of development that needs to happen. Would it happen? Could it happen? Probably. Someone will figure it out. A lot of smart people working on it. When? I think within our lifetime, but probably not within the next 10 years. Could be 20, could be 30. Just depends on one other important factor is private funding and government funding. If those budgets don't get cut and there's enough sustained examining interest and business opportunities, I think it'll happen sooner than later.
Beautiful. I certainly want to see it within my lifetime at least.
I'm looking forward to a vacation on the moon. Personally, I'm a moon fan. Look back at Earth.
Beautiful. Okay, so and I think due to the time constraint, we have to stop here. So I'm going to pass it back to Chen-Xi. Okay, Chen-Xi, could you take over?
Sure. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Monica. Jonathan has already introduced Ms. Monica Zhang as the Senior Director of Strategy and of Virgin Orbit, but we haven't got a chance to introduce Dr. Jonathan Zhang himself. He is the Principal Scientist of Engineering and Science Directorate at Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Everybody got so excited in the Zoom chat. If your question has not been answered in the chat box, please stay till the end and you will see the WeChat group chat QR code there. You can scan the QR code and join the group chat, and we can continue our discussion there even after the meeting.
Okay, welcome.
Hongchen? Is she?
Sorry, Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That was a horizon broadening and inspiring presentation. Everybody got so excited in the Zoom chat, as you could see. And thank you, Monica and Jonathan, for encouraging us human beings to continue exploring the universe that we live in. And like with your research, effort, and time. It's so inspiring to hear about your vision. And that was also being our ultimate dream. We cannot wait for the day that human can travel and explore the universe. And thank you for always encouraging us human beings to continue explore the universe with your research effort. And it's just we cannot develop the world without all of your scientists, engineers' effort. And you're always so hardworking, curious, and down to earth. And yeah, that's salute to all of you. Okay. Right now, we are going to finish our convention today. But before that, let's give out our grand prize at our last raffle. So we'll give out the $100 Amazon gift card this time. So Chen-Xi, please let us know whenever you have the question.
The question is from the presentation. Who is the first woman in space? Oh, already someone got it. Obviously, a lot of people are very familiar with space. Let's bring out the correct answer first, while I look for the first one to answer it correctly. So I think Len is the first one that said Valentina. Let me make sure. We got a lot of answers. Oh, it's Kevin. It's Kevin Lowe. Kevin Lowe is the first one to answer it correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, so Valentina is the first and youngest woman to have flown into the space with a solo mission on the Vostok 6 on June 16, 1963. But the other ladies are also very impressive. The other Russian lady was the first woman to fly on space station, and Sally is the first American woman in space. And Anna is the first mother in space, and Liu Yang is the first Chinese woman in space. Congratulations to Kevin Lowe, and our technical team will contact you to get your contact information and give you the grand prize of our raffle today. And thank you everyone for joining us today at CSAC's 58th Annual Convention. You will find the QR code you can scan to join our WeChat group chat, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, our WeChat channel, and more on the last slide. Many thanks to our speakers and guests for your contribution, to our partners and sponsors for making this event possible.
So we give our sincere appreciation to the scientists, engineers, and artists who promote the advanced technology and spiritual civilization to all of us human beings. And let's make this world better together. Thank you very much. And we also would like to give many thanks to our CSAC volunteers for the time and effort you all spent and put together such a wonderful event. We had an amazing time today, and we hope every audience is enjoying it. And thank you very much for all, and hope you all stay safe, take good care, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
We'll stay on this page for a little longer.